I remember she came to Jamaica way back when Destiny's Child had one song. And they came and
Hell has no fury like a lover scorned. And Jay-Z might have just proved that statement after the public rumor that began circulating ages ago concerning Beyoncé and Sean Paul's alleged affair. So, what exactly is going on? Beyoncé's baby boy has always stayed on Sean Paul's mind. The dancehall-influenced duet, featured on Beyoncé's debut solo album, Dangerously in Love, was the song of the summer when it was released in 2003. And while the sizzling smash, hit, and steamy music video sent temperatures soaring that season, it also sparked romance rumors between the two collaborators, despite the fact that Beyoncé was already dating now-husband Jay-Z. In a 2022 interview with The Daily Beast, Sean addressed the speculation and shut down claims that he and Beyoncé had something more than a working relationship. "Nah, I wish I did," he said, when asked if they hooked up during that era. "She's beautiful." In fact, Sean said they only performed the song 3 times together, ever. "She had a few hits with Destiny's Child, and they would do the Caribbean, but we didn't really hang out," the Jamaican musician noted. "I'd always admired her music, and she's beautiful. So, when I heard Beyoncé was stepping out on her own and wanted me to do a single, I was like, hell effing yeah." Paul, however, also claimed that the Crazy in Love singer once confronted him about rumors that they were an item, which began swirling after Baby Boy and the accompanying music video were released. The reggae singer said that Beyoncé pulled him aside when the two performed together at the MTV Europe Music Awards in November 2003. "She was pissed and was like, 'I need to speak to you,'" the Temperature singer claimed. "So, we go back and talk and she's like, 'What's all these rumors about?' And I'm like, 'Yo, I'm not saying ish.' And she's like, 'These rumors F with my career. I just want you to know that.'" Paul says he told Beyoncé that the rumors were not coming from him, but alleged that he was distanced from the Halo singer nonetheless. "It's weird," he said. "Maybe it had something to do with her management at the time." When Baby Boy was released in 2003, the Love on Top singer was already dating her now-husband, Jay-Z. After Paul didn't perform with Beyoncé at the 2003 MTV VMA Awards, there was speculation that the Empire State of Mind rapper had blocked Paul from performing with his then-girlfriend. However, the Get Busy singer denied the alleged beef with Jay's during a 2012 appearance on Rap Fix Live. "That's a rumor that started. I've known Jay-Z from before I knew her," Beyoncé, Paul said. He added that he didn't address the rumors at first because it benefited his career. "The general public blew it up in certain things. I just remained quiet about it for years because it was doing its work. There was just a lot of controversy. She's an amazing artist. The song was at #1 for like 9 weeks. So that was a very special time for me and for dancehall," the rapper said. But despite it all, Paul said that he noticed that every performance of his with Beyoncé seemed to be plagued by sound or stage issues. "Strange things started to happen at the performances, which was weird," he said. "I did my show and then she was performing, and they told me to stick around because we'll do Baby Boy. We do it and I run out there and the crowd goes wild, but after a while it seems like I lost their energy," he continued. "And it's weird because I was going wild out there. When the song finished, I came backstage and my own band was all pissed off like, 'Man, that's effed up. You heard yourself? We couldn't hear you in the crowd. Your mic was off.' I was like, 'How the F did that happen?'" He then recounted a performance in Scotland where things came to a head. "That's when we had the talk, because the rumors got really crazy. I landed in Scotland, and it was this MTV event, and there were paparazzi everywhere," Paul remembered. "We ended up doing the rehearsal and everything was good, and the performance was going to be where I come up from under the stage, and then we both walked to a big center thing in the middle of the stadium which was surrounded by fire. That all happens, and then it reaches my part. You're a top girl, and the track keeps going. Baby boy, you stay, baby boy, you stay," just repeating. I was like, "What's going on here?" Paul was asked if he thought Jay-Z had anything to do with the audio issues, and he said that even though it was impossible for Jay-Z to be behind it, the sound issues fueled rumors of a feud behind the scenes. It couldn't be because he wasn't even there. But people started to say this ish, he said. And there was one more performance we were supposed to do at the VMAs, and she said to me, "We're gonna have rehearsal, so look out." The day before the VMAs happens, there's this press day where you speak to every radio station, and I'm hearing somebody rehearsing Baby Boy. So I'm like, what's going on? We went to the label and they were like, yo, they're not gonna do the song with you. So I'm sitting there in the crowd with my present wife, and Paris Hilton is sitting in front of me. Beyoncé is coming down the stairs singing the song, and Paris Hilton turns to me and goes, "Why aren't you up there?" It was embarrassing and weird. After the alleged snub, the two went to Washington, D.C., where they were set to perform the song once more, before Sean Paul called it off at the last minute. The next day, I was supposed to perform in Washington, D.C. and do the song with her for her father, he said. I went there, did my show, and then waited around for a while, and I got pissed off. They were like, there are 3,000 influential people waiting out there for you to do it. And I was like, there were 50 million people watching the VMAs, I'm not doing it, and I left. That was the last time we did the show, and by that time I was saying publicly that there was nothing going on. It fell on me. Nobody was asking them about it, but you know what? It was a big, fat song. The Jamaican rapper previously appeared on the 2 Live Crew, Action, and the Burger Man radio show, where he seemingly backed up the host's claims that Jay-Z wasn't a fan of Baby Boy, Paul's 2003 collaboration with Beyoncé, because he was jealous of the pair spending time together. Paul told the hosts that he had to use a degree of diplomacy while recording the track, and went on to say it was apparent at the time that Jay-Z was not keen on him being with Beyoncé. However, a different interview with Hot New Hip Hop saw Paul distancing himself from the claims. It was a radio show here in Jamaica, and I get this regularly. When I go to Texas, also, radio shows there, I don't know what it is. People are like, so tell me, and it gets to that part in that interview where they're like, what happened with you and Beyoncé? Nothing really happened. The hit song was dope, he explained. Clarifying his comments, he went on, you know, some of them made up their own mind. That's the whatever. Sometimes with interviews, you can say, I'd rather not speak about it. But then people would think that something was going on. So I was trying to defend it like, hey, nah, but weird things did happen. That's probably why there were rumors. But people leave out. That's probably why there were rumors part. Paul also briefly touched on why he shot his section of the Baby Boy video separately from Beyoncé, admitting it was probably her vision and not Jay-Z's decision. They weren't married yet. I don't think he would have influenced whatever her vision was. She's a very determined person, he said, explaining why the pair have rarely performed the track together since. Paul added, what I did speak about in that interview was that there were some weird things that happened, and that's probably why people had rumors about it, because a couple of times while on stage, we tried to perform Baby Boy properly. There were problems with the Pro Tools, which doesn't usually happen. There was problems with my mic in one performance in Germany. That's probably why people started talking about it. Paul concluded that nothing ever happened with me and her except for a hit song, and said he never said anything about what they're reporting me to say. Anyway, Baby Boy is commonly considered a sequel to Jay-Z's song '03 Bonnie and Clyde, featuring Beyoncé. The lyrics portrayed a woman's fantasies, aligning with the album's overarching theme, which Beyoncé personally identified with. Paul recounted, she told me about her fantasies and envisioned us traveling the world together. I responded, I'm with it. The lyrics followed a toast chorus verse structure, with Sean Paul handling the toasting, while Beyoncé took on the verses and choruses. This pattern repeated twice, concluding with the toasting and final verse. The release of Baby Boy as the second single from Beyoncé's debut studio album, Dangerously in Love, occurred on August 3, 2003 in the United States, with subsequent releases in the United Kingdom on October 6, 2003, as a CD single and 12-inch single, in Canada on the next day, as a maxi single, and in Germany on October 13, 2003. In the United States, it was released as a 12-inch single on October 14, 2003, and as a CD single on October 28, 2003. Additionally, Baby Boy found a place in the revamped edition of Sean Paul's second studio album, Duddy Rock, in 2003. At the time, Jay-Z had earned the wrath and ridicule of Jamaicans after speculation that he had demanded that the dancehall artist not be featured on the VMA performance, as he was jealous and worried about his then-girlfriend Beyoncé. The supposed jealousy arose after an earlier live performance where the pop queen had danced with the unassuming Jamaican, delighting all who were watching. Baby Boy was an early hit for Beyoncé when she went solo after Destiny's Child had split. The song spent several weeks at #1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart and elevated Sean Paul's global profile. When asked whether the steamy, accompanying music video might have played a role in fueling rumors that he and Queen Bey had something going on, Sean said he felt it might have, as many Jamaicans had been asking why he was not in any scene with Beyoncé. The Temperature artist went on to explain that at the time of the video shoot, he had thought the scenes would involve both of them dancing together. However, he was called into a meeting with the director who informed him that he would not be in any scene with Beyoncé. All these were the work of none other than Jay-Z. In any case, despite his jealousy towards what he thought was going on between Sean Paul and Beyoncé, Jay-Z has actually not been that much faithful either. In fact, his infidelity shattered Beyoncé's heart to the point of even making music about it. In her song, Hold Up, Beyoncé sings, "Something don't feel right because it ain't right, especially coming up after midnight. I smell your secrets and I'm not too perfect to ever feel this worthless. How did it come down to this going through your call list? I don't want to lose my pride, but I'm a F me up a B." Jay-Z later admitted he was unfaithful, blaming it on issues from his childhood. "The hardest thing is seeing pain on someone's face that you caused and then have to deal with yourself," he said. "You have to survive," he said. "So you go into survival mode, and when you go into survival mode, what happens? You shut down all emotions. So even with women, you're gonna shut down emotionally, so you can't connect. In my case, like, it's deep. And then all the things happen from there. Infidelity." He hinted that they could have got divorced, but he'd had therapy to help him deal with his past experiences. "You know, most people walk away and divorce rate is like 50% or something because most people can't see themselves." For context, Jay-Z is from one of the toughest environments in Brooklyn, New York, a housing project known as the Marcy Projects. Jay, the product of divorced parents, was abandoned by his beloved father, the late Adnis Reeves, at just 11 years old. Subsequently, Jay was raised by his mother, Gloria Carter, and his older sister, Andrea Carter, whom Jay affectionately refers to as Annie. Jay-Z would go on to become not only one of the richest, but one of the most decorated and celebrated musical artists in hip-hop history, utilizing his music to bring tales of urban blight, poetry, the livid Black American experience, and his own life story to a global audience. Jay-Z has been everything from high school dropout to gambler to crack dealer. He even shot his own brother at the young age of 12. This guy comes from the school of hard knocks, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. However, his upbringing does not excuse his infidelity in marriage, and Bey's sister, Solange Knowles, knew that well. You see, an altercation between Solange and Jay happened on May 5, 2014, at the Met Gala after-party at the Standard Hotel in New York City. It gained widespread attention when security footage from an elevator was leaked to the media. In the video, Solange Knowles, the younger sister of Beyoncé, could be seen physically attacking Jay-Z, while Beyoncé initially stood by without intervening. The footage showed Solange kicking and punching Jay-Z, with a security guard attempting to restrain her. Beyoncé eventually stepped in, putting herself between Solange and Jay-Z. 10 days after the incident, the trio released a joint statement addressing the drama. As a result of the public release of the elevator security footage from Monday, May 5th, there has been a great deal of speculation about what triggered the unfortunate incident. But the most important thing is that our family has worked through it. Jay and Solange each assume their share of responsibility for what has occurred. They both acknowledge their role in this private matter that has played out in the public. They both have apologized to each other, and we have moved forward as a united family, the statement continued. The reports of Solange being intoxicated or displaying erratic behavior throughout that evening are simply false. At the end of the day, families have problems, and we're no different. We love each other, and above all, we are family. We've put this behind us and hope everyone else will do the same. 2 months later, Solange cleared the air about the altercation with Lucky magazine. What's important is that my family and I are all good, the singer said. What we had to say collectively was in the statement that we put out, and we all feel at peace with that. Beyoncé kept talk of the incident alive in August 2014 when she debuted a remix of her song Flawless that seemed to reference the famous elevator brawl. The lyrics read, "Of course, sometimes ish goes down when there's $1 billion on an elevator." Following his wife's footsteps, Jay-Z appeared to call out the famous footage in his song Kill Jay-Z off his 2017 album 444. He raps, "You egged Solange on, knowing all along, all you had to say you was wrong, but you gotta do better, boy, you owe it to Blue. You had no father, you had the armor, but you got a daughter, gotta get softer." In any case, despite his apologies, there is still a section of Beyoncé's fans who believe that she is in a loveless marriage with Jay-Z. In fact, a former bodyguard also alleged that Beyoncé and Jay-Z's marriage is not real and that it is just a contract to help them reach the top.
So remember, your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there.
In the same clip, the former bodyguard also accused Jay-Z of keeping Beyoncé under the influence of substances in order to control her.
Yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
In addition to this, many insiders have also confirmed that Beyoncé is indeed in a loveless marriage with Jay-Z. Business is always part of the equation. They know they're the king and queen of hip-hop, and really, all of music. Neither wants to lose that, an insider said concerning their marriage. The pair supposedly began as a romantic pursuit, but only on Jay-Z's end. According to Bey's uncle, Beyoncé wasn't always fond of Jay-Z. He was after her and she wasn't interested. She told me she wasn't too fond of him. I guess she wasn't attracted to him, he revealed. Another source also confirmed the nature of Jay-Z and Beyoncé's marriage, saying, "Jay's a kingmaker. She recognized that. This was a come-up for her. No question. She had to learn the ropes as presented by Jay. But really, this was mostly about business." The source also alluded to the fact that Jay-Z controls Beyoncé. There's no bigger controller than Jay. She's great, but she'd be a little lower on the totem pole if it weren't for hooking up with him, the insider said. Speaking of controlling, Jay-Z has also been accused of intoxicating Beyoncé in order to control her. Although there is no evidence to back this claim, Beyoncé might have proved that she actually gets intoxicated by the strict rules she has put in place for her upcoming Renaissance tour. The R&B singer emphasized that no or alcohol are allowed on her tour. I don't know about you, but I think this specific policy makes it sound like she is really struggling to stay sober, hence she doesn't want any temptation during her tour. Now, word on the grapevine is that Bey and Jay-Z's contractual marriage is so effective that they have even managed to eliminate all their competition in the music industry. Beyoncé was accused of completely destroying Keri Hilson's career after claims from the Beyhive that Keri had thrown shade at Queen Bee in her hit song Turnin' Me On. Although the lyrics didn't explicitly mention Beyoncé's name, many listeners believed that some lines from the Turning Me On lyrics were a stinging attack on Beyoncé. "Your vision cloudy if you think that you the best. You can dance, she can sing, but need to move it to the left," she sang. Many believed that Keri Hilson dissed Beyoncé with lines about moving it to the left because it seemed to be a reference to Beyoncé's 2006 song Irreplaceable. The beef between Keri and Beyoncé skyrocketed in 2011 when Keri refused to hold the newest issue of Juicy magazine after noticing Beyoncé and Jay-Z were on the cover. As a result of this, Keri faced an unimaginable amount of backlash from Queen Bee's fans in the following years. As the internet hate grew more severe and became unbearable, Keri took to Twitter in 2013 where she wrote, "You have no idea what your hateful words could do to someone's spirit. Years of verbal abuse from strangers all day long. Enough is enough." In the upcoming years, Keri tried to move on with her career, but fans wouldn't let her forget the beef. In fact, the singer has not released a single album in the past decade since the backlash from Beyoncé's fans forced Keri to step away from the limelight. Well, if you think that's the only celebrity that Beyoncé and Jay-Z have destroyed, think again. Beyoncé and Jay-Z have also been accused of not only conspiring against, but also unaliving a talented R&B singer by the name Aaliyah. It is alleged that Aaliyah was unalived by the Rockefellers to promote Beyoncé as Jay-Z's queen. For context, Beyoncé and Aaliyah shared very similar roots, hailing from an R&B background with a budding acting career on the side. For many, this proved the two singers were on the same path, and apparently only one of them would be allowed to stay on it. Hence, people made a theory claiming that the Illuminati had selected Beyoncé to carry on the legacy because Aaliyah was trying to get out of it. Aaliyah was killed in a plane crash almost immediately after the twin-engine Cessna 402B she was on took off from Marsh Harbor. The sad story of Aaliyah goes to prove just how much Beyoncé and Jay-Z really crave money and fame. In any case, several individuals who were once close to Jay-Z have spoken out about his alleged involvement in sacrificing others for his own gain. His former bodyguard, Uncle Ron, and ex-business partner Dame Dash have been particularly vocal about their experiences. They claim that Jay-Z stepped on many people's careers and even caused harm to those close to him. These testimonies provide a chilling insight into the world of power struggles and manipulation within the music industry. Alongside the allegations against Jay-Z, Beyoncé has also faced accusations of engaging in witchcraft and performing sacrifices. These claims have been made by individuals who previously worked with her and had first-hand experiences with her alleged practices. One of the most prominent accusers is Kimberly Thompson, Beyoncé's former drummer of 7 years. Thompson made headlines when she filed a restraining order against Beyoncé, citing extreme witchcraft and control. She claimed that Beyoncé used spells to manipulate her personal and professional life, causing harm and disruption. Ashley Everett, Beyoncé's former dance captain, also sparked additional controversy when she liked a series of shady social media posts. These posts suggested that Beyoncé was involved in demonic practices. While Everett's action can be seen as a personal opinion, it added fuel to the ongoing rumors and allegations surrounding Beyoncé. Additionally, Mary J. Blige, a respected R&B artist, also made cryptic statements regarding the Carters. Blige referred to Aaliyah's death as a spiritual M and hinted at a bigger picture that she couldn't fully disclose.
I just know that was a murder. You know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual murder, whether people know it or not. Because God don't kill people. You know what I'm saying? Whether people know it or not. And I could go deep, but a lot of people I would have to really bring proof.
In light of the numerous distressing allegations leveled against the Carters, particularly targeting Jay-Z, it's truly disheartening to comprehend why Sean Paul has adamantly refrained from pursuing any further collaborations or music releases with Beyoncé. The weight of these accusations seems to have cast a pervasive shadow, extinguishing the possibility of a revival in their musical synergy. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.